Okay, this is how you put together a Fang control tower with the headphone crown and the Wii tier. So first of all, you'll want to start with your longest rod, which comes with the control tower itself. And this will be the top part of your control tower. And basically we will put together the Wii section first and make that into a sub-assembly, and then we'll put the rest of the tower together after we get the Wii section. So we've got our 4 uprights for our Wii, the slotted, and then the tab. So we'll take one slotted and one tab and put them together and evenly snap them together. And evenly snap it together, the other tab into the other slot, and then lastly we'll take the last slotted part and slide it into the 2 and evenly snap it together. After we've got that sub-assembly put together, we'll get our spacers, and these will probably be changing. The original Wii sections will have bigger ones that are 1/4-20 screws, and the newer ones will have smaller connectors that will be 440 machine screws. So you'll need a Phillips head screwdriver to put your connectors together. And there's 2 screws, one on each side. And these, you don't want to over tighten these because you're threading in the plastic threads. So just snug them down, and that should be sufficient. They're just to keep the Wiimotes from spreading the holders apart. Two down, 2 more to go. All right, one more, and then we'll be able to move on to the next part. Okay, next we'll set that aside now that we've got all our 4 connectors in place, and we'll get the tippy top that has the places to hook the Joy-Cons, or I'm sorry, the Wiimote straps onto, and we'll also put together our Fang headphone crown. And this is a little tricky. Got to spread it apart and pop them in like that. And I've started putting helicoils in these so they're not plastic threads. They're a little bit stronger than plastic threads. So like I said, we'll take the longest threaded rod with 1 nut attached, and we'll put the top with the slots made up with your uprights facing down. And then we will put your headphone crown on and snug that down. And it doesn't have to be too tight, just snug. And then this nut below here, you can use a 7/16. This is 11 metric, and just snug that guy down. Then next we slide on our uprights. It's a nice little kaleidoscope. And then we take our joining plate with the small recess for the wee section. Simply slide that in. And now we'll take one nut. This is the slow part. I'll probably have to fast forward this, but we want to bring this nut all the way to the top here. So get my elevator music out. See how fast I can tighten this guy down. We're almost halfway. Okay, so now we make sure everybody's nice and snapped together, snug that down. And that should be tight, moderately tight, snug. And then we'll take our coupler and join this, put this on about halfway. And then our other short piece of threaded rod goes on next. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a wrench to hold this guy and some pliers. And snug that down a little bit. So now that's pretty tight. So what comes next is our uprights for our tower. And there's two slots, so you want to either go inside or outside, depending on what controllers you're using. I typically do go with the insides because I have some controllers that only like to fit on the inside setting. Once that's together, kind of fix that to the base. So it's, okay, so here's the classic mistake. I accidentally put this side, one in the inside and one in the outside, so pull that back off. Inside all the way down. Line that up with the base. And then keep one of your silver nuts handy. I'm sorry. One silver nut and one your star washer. And simply bring your top down and drop that through the hole on the base, and you can kind of slide it off the edge of the table, and or you can turn the whole thing upside down like so. And I've got the star washer going on first. And one of the nuts sure everybody's nice and snug. And then I get this and wrench it down a little bit. Give it a squeeze, make sure everybody's seated properly. And I got one more nut. And put one more nut on the bottom here. Really locks it into place. Snug that guy on. And your tower should stay built for a nice long time. Add your Joy-Con. I'm sorry, your nunchucks. Get the Joy-Cons on the brain. Nunchuck holders and wire management. And voila, you've got a complete, fully assembled Fang Colossus tower.